Hello everyone, it's Dio from Firm But Fair Gaming bringing you another Diablo 3 video. Today I'm going to go through a 4-man 150 that we did this weekend. So the purpose of this group that we built was we were not gem farming, we were not level farming, we were going for rank and time. So basically that meant that we were only running if we ran into Battlefield, Festering, or Spires or Diablo. Or I guess if you got the small hell rift, we would proceed with that one only to run through and see what the second map was. So the reason that we're going for those types of maps is because they have the best layout to the map, the best chance of progression, the quickest runs that you can possibly have are on those maps. So we're hunting just for that, or fishing if you will call it. So we started the night with about 1,000 keys each, and this was our best run of the night. Previously our rank was about 700-800. We wanted to get down to about a 6-minute time. We didn't quite get to our goal of getting that, but we still were able to increase our time and rank quite significantly with this run. So let's jump into it and see how it went. Just from our previous run, go and lock in our Paragon. Make sure everybody's all set and ready to go. And here we go. So as you're doing some fishing, it can get a little bit tedious waiting for the perfect map to show up. So sometimes people lollygag a little bit, but here we get Battlefield, we'll jump right up in. The spiders are not the best mob type that you can get because they're hard to stack up and a pain to pull. We saw that we encountered a couple elites right there. So while they're pulling all the spiders from the back as well as the elites, and there was a waller there, which was a little bit unfortunate. The wallers is like one of the worst affixes you can engage. You can see it right there in the middle. So they're starting to pull in the trash from the back. The Crusader went down to the right, and because it's Battlefields, it kind of loops around into a square. We needed to figure out if the exit was going to be in the top right or the bottom left. So the Satyr did some navigating and went down there to the southeast, and found out that the exit is going to be way down in the south right bottom corner. So we've finally got the trash all gathered up here. So basically, I am the necromancer in this group. So what we're doing is I am staking around to the outside. I am swiping my frost scythe as often as possible, and around my poison rotation is when I'm going to call for a stomp for my barb to pull everything together and group it all up, and then I'll be shooting through the middle of the pack. So it's a little bit scattered and the walls are making this a little bit problematic. I'm trying to spawn Oculus rings as often as possible for me to stand in during my poison. So I am shooting during physical. Like right there, I was shooting during physical. I procced an Oculus ring on the other side. I blinked over, stood in it, called for a stomp, and then started shooting. So the trash is getting fairly low here, but we've actually managed to kill a couple of the elites. Again, it's just rinse and repeat. I'm trying to get Oculus spawns while shooting on physical, blink into them during my poison and shoot, call for the stomp, get everything tightly together, and just blow it up. So now we cleared out a couple, we actually killed a couple of the elites there. We get all the way down here where trash is weak or low, so we want to get more trash. So we do some scouting, we find a shield. There's no point just leaving that there, so we pop it to get the trash out, or the elite, sorry, while we scouted ahead a little bit further and got more trash. So now we're just going to keep blowing this up, working on we dragged up the elite or blues that we had up from above. There was only like one left, so now we're working on that one plus what came out. Luckily there's still a waller, which is a little bit problematic. So basically everybody should be, if you can see down at the bottom here, I'm using a Kool-Aid. So everybody in the group should have a Kool-Aid, because as you take damage, you pop that and it gives you the ability to break walls. And so that helps relieve the pressure for the necromancer, the trash killer, for me. So basically our TPS, the rest of the group, so the Satyr, the Demon Hunter, and the Barb have a rotation to use their Kool-Aids every time it's up. So the poison cycle for the necromancer comes up every 12 seconds, so they're working on that principle. So they have a rotation. All three of them can go through, and it should always, one of their potions should always be up to break walls for me as I'm shooting, throwing the spears and at the trash. So they just kind of call it out on the rotation. So I am letting them know when I need it. So I'm calling for stomps, which gives them an idea. I said I'm going to need a stomp. So they're one of them, whoever's turn it is in the rotation, will say, okay, using my pot now. They'll use their pot. Now I have to take damage to proc it. So sometimes it happens where they are unable to take damage just due to their mitigation and the wall still stands. Or other times we've been finding that we do use the pot, but it doesn't give us the buff to break walls. But anyways, it's the best that we can do, so that we're just using that rotation. And here we finally had almost all the elites down, except for that one. So we went to the edge of the map. We blocked pylons so we didn't spawn one there. And then just finished up that one elite. And then jumped through to the next map. Generally speaking, we don't like this map as a second map, but we're so far ahead on the time that we decided we should try it. And then so we started scouting, pulling ahead, and actually dipped up. We didn't know if there was a pylon up here, but the satyr decided to go check, and sure enough, there's a conduit. So now the problem with this is where we ran into is there was not a lot of elites in our initial scout. So what we did is we split. So I'm up here, or a couple of us are up here, and using the conduit to nuke down a pair of set of blues that we found, as well as the elite that comes out. And the satyr, who was off down below, found a couple of packs as well. He is staying down there. We decided it was better for him to be down there and work on those than bring him up here. And as this last ad is dying, I made the decision to send away the barb. And then as this continued to die, I sent away the demon hunter. And I'm just going to chip away and work on this last little bit. He was at 20%, give or take. And I just got to get him down to 18%. He'll die. I didn't want to waste the remaining conduit on the barb and the demon hunter because they use flavors of time. So that means they get a minute conduit versus my 30 seconds. And so they can get down here onto the pack of blues that the satyr has. It was the most best use for time. So there I finally finished off. I'm going to run down here. And they're down here. So there's actually a lot of trash. So that was a little bit unfortunate. But it was still the best call that we could get. And so now my job is just to, we're at 95% now, is just to finish this off. The blues are already weak, so I throw a few spears there. We get up to 98%. So there's, as you can see, some of them are weak. So this is where, and they're health linked as well. And they're another set of spears, and there we go. So now we're just going to pop the attack speed for the satyr and jump on this guy. As you can see, our time is doing incredibly well. So we're starting to get a little bit excited here, and now my job is over. Now I'm just going to sit there and relax and watch the satyr go to town. So with the attack speed, he is just stacking as much stricken as possible. And now we're stunning on his holy rotation. So otherwise the boss does not get stunned. No more stunning on my poison. I just stand there and I just keep my curse up. But otherwise I'm just standing there. I can throw a few spears while he's actually in his holy. I do not want to proc a mini stun with my Zai. So I'm kind of just observing. And as you can see, he's starting to get chunked, so that's a holy rotation. So during that, I will throw some spears. If there were ads that spawned, I would be trying to clear up the ads because they do affect the satyr's ability to deal damage. With Heaven's Fury, with the ads, there's another holy rotation, just chunks right through him. The ads absorb some of the blow, and so he's unable to do as much damage. And plus, I'd be trying to chip them down to proc an Oculus Ring for him. This boss does not have any ads, so we're just going as it is. And we almost, and there we go. And he does go down. We get a just over a 7-minute clear. Knocks us up to rank 404, which was really good. We were really satisfied with that run. We're kind of a little bit disappointed because if we had got a better second map, we could have had an even more insane time. Like, just imagine if we had back-to-back S-tier maps, so if it had been Battlefield and the Festering, or another Battlefield where we could have had a better opportunity to pull more elites to that conduit pylon that we found. Because as it was, I believe we were looking back over this video and we found the conduit around 4.5 minutes, and then it took us a good 30 seconds or 45 seconds to use. So if we had been able to find the elites immediately and pop that immediately, we could have then spawned the boss, because the conduit probably would have killed everything. We would have spawned the boss in probably just over 5 minutes, and then the satyr, if we were still able to find attack speed or even a power pylon, the power pylon would have been amazing. With an attack speed, the satyr kills the Griff Guardian just over a minute. With a power pylon, the Rift Guardian does not survive through the rotation. Our Satyr is very well geared. He's 4500 Paragon, so he's not the highest Paragon that is out there, but he is significantly geared and skilled. So in a power rotation, we had one earlier in the night, and the Rift Guardian did not survive the rotation. It was a 35-second kill because we had to wait for his Holy to show up, and then we popped the power. And it was just amazing to see the Rift Guardian's health just explode during the power. So this is our 150 that we're able to do from the Necromancer's point of view. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like to see or hear back from us about, I will be posting a different video with a slightly longer time from the Crusader point of view and going through that as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any, like I said, if you have any comments or questions, please let us know. And as always, we are on Twitch. Please feel free to drop by. I'll include it in the comments in the description. We'd love to see you guys, hear from you, come hang out with us. We're always open for questions, comments, conversation, and just having a good time. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you guys on Twitch.